Alrighty. Good evening, everyone. It's about 9 o'clock here in Chicago on a Tuesday evening, February 18th. My name is Elvin, also known as Epoxy, and today's match will be having us return back to the Illinois Tech Division C team as they take on the Milwaukee School of Engineering MSOE Dev team. This is in part of the GGLeagues league that Illinois Tech is a part of, and so not like CSL where they play purely online. GGLeagues is different, where these guys play against other schools, mostly schools out of the state, even here with this Milwaukee school, for example, and play in a round robin style throughout the online throughout about a semester until it culminates actually into a in-person land finals. So teams are on their way with the pick and bans, looking like MSOE will be taking the blue side here for this game. And these games are best of one, so once again another difference between the CSL. But first round of bans on their way. It's going to be Set, Darius, and Brand. They're banned by MSOE. That Darius ban clearly targeted at JMars9. As we have seen, IIT's Darius play is something to be contended with, and they clearly don't want to deal with it. The Set also, I think, is just something that one of the newer champions where if teams do not have as much experience playing against, is definitely a menace on the Rift. Meanwhile, for IIT, it will be the Caitlyn, Kled, and Syndra band. Caitlyn band, interesting, because we do know that Pirate is a Caitlyn main himself, so could be targeted just directly at Tempest. Could also perhaps be a Caitlyn main, and IIT just does not even want to leave that out on the option, out on the map, as they do have the first pick, so not wanting to risk that. It will be, though, first couple of picks coming out here. Oh, I forgot to put my music. Give me a sec. Oh. Cool. Alright. Then we've got the Katarina mid there, picked up by Troll King. Probably going to be for the Goomba 362. And actually, while we're at it, let's do a quick check on the roster. So, for MSOE, it's going to be Troll King 21 on the top lane, Lollapalooza in the jungle, Goombas 362 in the mid, Tempest 516 in the bottom, and that Cellist in the support. Meanwhile, for IIT, JMars9, top lane here for IIT, Cheese and Eggs jungle, Desperogi mid, Pirate Windows bottom, and Wicked Scotty support. We talked about the Katarina earlier, but it will be the Sejuani jungle there for Lollapalooza, and Varus picked up there for MSOE's bot lane, I can only assume. IIT, though, will pick up the Tom Kench, will likely be in Tom Kench top lane, I believe, as we normally don't see him too many times as support just because of the crazy amount of nerfs and unusability, to be quite frank, as that W really does not do him any favors anymore as the movement speed is severely reduced. Rise mid, though, once again for Desperogi, and it's going to be the Nocturne jungle there for Cheese and Eggs, looking like even with the Kane open, perhaps Cheese and Eggs trying to show off to me that he's able to play champs besides his signature Kane. No flame, just a little friendly banter there, though. Couple of other bands coming through. It will be the Pantheon, perhaps jungle or top. Likely top lane, as IIT has already picked jungle Nocturne, though, so looking like they don't want to give that to JMars9. And the Ornn and Thresh they're taking out from IIT. Ornn mid, having it stays up in the LCS, as we've seen a couple of pros pick that up. And just does even have the ability to 1v1 champs like Darius there in the top lane. So it could just be something that we can remove from the game completely. And Thresh support, they're removed for that Cellist. So going to have to see what MSOE come up with. Their last ban being the Senna. But not here to worry, because IIT will be taking the Xayah, which will leave them, I believe, with either a top lane or support left. Meanwhile, MSOE going to have to take their chances here with the final two picks. It looks like Tempest is going to pick up that Psy on top, leaving only the support left as Cellist is hovering over that Leona. But, Leona in a level 2 engage is definitely something that makes her one of the better tier supports, but it will not go through. It will be the Nami support there picked up by Cellist. And Varus Nami, also a very fun combo to go around with, you know, not only with the Varus procs from his autos, but also empowered with Nami bubbles from her E will not only help slow the team, her opponents, but also get that extra slow in. But against a Veigar support of all things, not much will be able to be done in a chase follow-up from a 2v2 engage if you're caught inside that Veigar cage. So, looking like IIT is ready to push a 2v2 stomp there in the bot lane. In fact, with the Wicked Scotty there in that support, I think any chances that Lollapalooza has for a good gank could definitely spell trouble for IIT if they can find a chance in it. But we're going to be heading ourselves here with the 3-minute delay, so we're going to go on a quick break, but when we come back, it's going to be game 1 here between IIT and MSOE. Alright everyone, appreciate your patience as the 3-minute delay has now expired and we are getting ourselves loaded up onto the Rift. If you're just tuning in, this is GGLeagues Week 2 here for Illinois Tech Division C team. It's going to be Troll King 21, or excuse me, before I go with that, it's going to be Milwaukee School of Engineering Dev team as they take on the blue side, with Troll King 21 on the side on top, Lollapalooza Sejuani jungle, Goomba 362 on the Katarina mid, Tempest 516 on the Varus ADC, and Cellist on that Nami support. Meanwhile for IIT, J-Mars 9, Tom Kench top lane, Cheese and Eggs with Nocturne jungle, Disparoki in the Rise mid, Pirate Windows on that Zaya ADC, and Wicked Scotty with that Veigar support. Getting ourselves now loaded onto the Rift, looking like IIT sending out a couple pings. They want to be going for that tri-bush invade, but M sending out a ping for that tri-bush there in the bot, so could run into some IIT members. Varus will be there to see this potential invade and will hopefully be able to know he will be going back into a bush and will likely be running into this. This could spell trouble here for them. It will be Tempest running right into it. He is going to see the Tom catch and going right under lane. This is going to be dangerous for him. He's going to have to flash himself right out. A dangerous invade there by IIT. Has the Varus blowing his flash. An almost perfectly timed movement there between the guys, actually, in fact. But IIT going to continue their way with the invade. Rise going to be seen by this ward and will be met by Katarina in the back, but Varus going to have to back all the way. Looking like IIT going to settle instead with the blue buff, has put their wards to see if the Sejuani will commit, but JMars9 doing his due diligence too. Roman up here in the top lane will be perhaps meeting a Sejuani Disparoki there to see things along, and this will be a very late start as Sejuani is going to probably have to deal with the buff by herself. A nice lick from the Tom Kench. We'll get a little bit of a knock-up there, but a couple trades here. Grasp with the Undying working on both sides, but who's going to win that 1v1? JMars9 looking big and nasty here. That one more Q will seal the deal, and the first blood of all things. Hey, there we go, JMars9. You don't need that Darius at all, do you, buddy? Well played here, and I forgot to add, hashtag IIT win, hashtag MSOE win. Who do you think's got the chance of making it here to another victory? Looking like the Hawks still already on that driver's seat, helping out Nocturne with his leash, I believe. And also, the bot lane here, it's going to have a very behind Sejuani likely, as Nocturne's already about a full camp ahead. And IIT pushing their way through here. It's actually going to be Veigar, of all things, was the Glacial Augment, the absolute Chad himself, to get things started. Level 2 here, hit by the Hawks. That's going to be a Veigar with the cage available. Doesn't even want to let that Varus have any free time to farm anything. Level 2 now hit here, but Nami's going to be about a minion behind, it looks like. So in pro level play, that could actually be really bad, but I don't think the Hawks will likely be more forgiving in this scenario. No, the cannon minion missed. Meanwhile here, Cheese and Eggs coming here for a gank, will be able to get the fear through. Q will not go through, but would not be enough to kill the Katarina in any case. Another cannon minion lost there, and some wave tax there grabbed up by Cheese and Eggs. But Katarina mains here. Will be Cheese and Eggs still hovering about, but going to go back to his lane. But does have the luxury of waiting it out a bit. Root here by Disparogi will be a 1v1 there. JMars9 pushing up another 1v1 opportunity, even with no items on his kit besides the first initial buy. So good on IIT there. Disparogi going to pop his second refillable potion here to sustain him in lane. Katarina looking like she's a little bit nervous to come back up to this lane, as she does not know where that Nocturne is. No vision available either. Will be Sejuani finishing up this Rift Scuttle, and with a double buff looking at a potential gank. Wicked Scotty going to be taken very low. IIT looking like they want to commit the TP here, coming in from the Rise. Will follow through. Disparogi here to assist and to turn off any more potential engage. So at the sacrifice of giving Katarina some free farm here, and not level 6 either to help out, but will be enough to keep that bot lane nice and ahead. Wicked Scotty though keeping a couple members here pinned. Will be a couple abilities here landing. Pirate Windows though taking the brunt actually of the trade, as all of the minions focus their fire onto him. One big Varus arrow could spell trouble actually for Pirate. He is going to have the heal available though, but expensing it for summoners is not the most ideal. Cheese and Eggs going to be here around the Tribush. Will be spotted by the Sejuani. A nice bubble there to keep him away, but that's going to be a lot of damage. Flash there from the Nocturne. Any more follow-up though? It will be Nami holding on to her Ignite from the looks of it, not using that summoners. Not sure about that discipline. And Wicked Scotty even doing so far as to actually push MSOE all the way here to the turret. Mars9 going to be hitting level 6 in probably the next wave. Is going to have the Bambi Cinder to help him deal with those minions, as he's trying his best to leave that turret with no health taken away. But besides the action from Mars, nothing really as of yet happening on the other lanes. Will be actually Pirate Windows now actually ahead in health as opposed to the nice arrow there from the Tempest is gonna chunk that Varus into a scary under 60 health as he's going to start channeling that back. But a full health Nami and you're not going to go for trades into ADC is a mark of a non-efficient support. If you're just going to be full health and not go for any trades, it will be though Xayah and Veigar here going for the back. MSOE is going to push this wave in time for IIT to come back to collapse on it though, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Chalice is going to be placing a ward over, will be able to see the Nami. And Nocturne sending out some pings, knowing that the Nami probably laid some vision out, but will not have a lens yet. Mars9, god dang, are we just going to have to watch you all day, buddy? Because you are on a roll on the 3-0. Level 6 here to help things out. It's going to have the advantage there. It's going to have the Q as well. A couple more licks will likely have him actually able to swallow it up right there, and it's going to be taking all of that minion aggro. And that is a big boy there. He's going to try to do his best to get whatever CS that he can, but won't be able to do too much, and that's going to be a very big Tahm Kench for MSOE to deal with in the future. Level 6 here as well here on this Pierogi and Goomba, but no summoners used by Katarina. The TP there for this Pierogi, able to help out the Hawks on that jungle gank from Sejuani earlier. Will be this Pierogi starting things off. It's going to be a nice root there. Some damage there traded off, but looking like this Pierogi comes a little bit out on the advantage there, and will have some refillable potions to keep himself healthy. Katarina though only with the Doran shield. IIT now fresh and back with the BF sword against Varus's Vampiric Scepter, and the longsword will have Xayah be able to outdamage him in a pure 1v1 sense. But Wicked Scotty staying here in the front. Cheese and Eggs coming in, sending in some of that, what's the name of it? The Dusk Bringer. Pool of shadows around, but this Pierogi here, Lollapalooza not level 6 here. Looking like they want to go for an engage here. Nice root there to hold him in place. The flash not actually going to be activated. This Pierogi going to have to flash himself right out. Taken very low, but Mars9 will be there to swallow him right up and will be able to trade on that kill. Nice play from the Hawks. Nocturne here to follow things up with the ult available. Does he want to go for it? It is going to be activated. Katarina going to have to try to flash her way out. Will have the E available. This Pierogi going for the ult. Nocturne going to be there for it. Smite there to get things off. The Q here from the Rise. Cheese and Eggs taken very low. One more turret will do him in, but it will not go through. And IIT able to take a nice 2 kills there, and no deaths as of yet as they start to get their chunks here onto the turret plating. Mars9 not doing too bad for himself, going to look like he used his... No, it doesn't actually look like he used it, besides the TP I think, to get to mid, actually just ended up walking all the way back to the top lane, so not losing out on too much and still able to keep a nice healthy CS lead. Meanwhile, trades here between MSOE and IIT actually looking pretty even. That's going to be a misplaced word, Juan. Come on. You're better than that. The Sejuani lying in wait. Again, wanting to be useful now at the level 6, but that's going to be a Xayah with her ult available. If IIT baits it out, they are going to look like they're sending some trades. That's going to be a lot of damage, though. Ult going to be used there to flash out. The flash play and heal to get Pirate Windows out. Can they follow up anymore? Don't. Recall there from Xayah, able to slice right through Nami, but Veigar will fall. Lollapalooza looking like another charge for himself. Katarina going to be coming down all the way here just to claim up that kill. Rise, where's the missing ping, buddy? And I don't see it. It's going to be a big question mark for me when the team has to review those odds. But nice little play there from Xayah to make sure that she can get 2 kills. That's going to also be 2 assists for the Veigar to help things along. Ping being sent out here as perhaps Sejuani going to be looking at her first dragon. It's going to be Nocturne though, not here to assist, but could be looking for a potential jungle invade. Wolves are going to be seen Gromp is going to be seen, and Disperoki looking like he wants to have some assistance against this Katarina, but it's going to be a while, I believe, for that Nocturne's ult to come up just now. Could potentially look for another dive here, but it's going to be Dragon starting to be claimed. That's Serrano is going to be taken very low. Does IIT want to follow up? It's going to be him coming all the way to the top lane to shut down J-Mars, but Wicked Scotty is going to be not taking too much damage, but it's going to be the Dragon almost doing all of the damage onto the turret, but Katarina wants to dive in here. It's going to be Wicked Scotty taking very low, the full channel of the ultimate coming in through. Goomba here turning on big. One more auto will be able to do it. Pirate Window's trying to get away from him, but he's going to eat right through it. This Rogue going to have to try to do a massive 1v4 outplay if he can, but this is a big misplay from the Hawks, not going to follow through. Katarina picking up 3 kills for the team, and unfortunately the communication not there. Nocturne not able to help out his team as they committed for the top lane, and they will not be able to benefit anything more besides some turret plating there on the top. Not sure about how that trade's going to end up working out in the end, as MSOE will reply with the Cloud Dragon to get them some of that cooldown on their ults. And we know Katarina with her ults cooldowns already with the reduction. Oh boy, this could be a big Katarina that IIT does not want to be dealing with. And IIT doesn't really have the tools in their bot lane to get anything away from that. That Veigar's going to fall in seconds against a big Katarina. Pirate Window's ultimate can only do so much as well. But it's early days yet. Only about 11-12 minutes into the game. IIT still a little bit ahead in the gold, largely all due to the Tahm Kench. But it will be the Katarina picking up 3 kills for herself to get herself a decent advantage above that Ryze. No turret plating falling down for Ryze mid in the tower yet, but that Katarina is going to have that Hextech Gunblade back in lane, help keep herself healthy. Couple member of IIT roaming down here, trying to keep an eye out for this Nocturne, but they will be not aware of where anybody from IIT is from the looks of it. It's going to be Nami actually coming inside the cage. Veigar not going to be landing any of his abilities besides a couple of feathers from the Xayah. We'll have the Nocturne coming back here. We'll have the Katarina likely be seen soon. She is going to be coming around. It's going to be the ult there from Nocturne. The spell shield going to be there, but the fear as well. Going to be taken very low, but the ult there. Cheesy is going to have to try to do what he can, but he barely holds on, and Katarina not there for that play. So Rodney going to try to do what she can to take back by taking the Raptors. Tahm Kench going to roam himself down here in the top lane. Will have his TP coming up pretty soon. But will also be, I think, tanky enough to take on most of the damage here from these guys. Still above half health, taking Obal to a quarter, but that's going to be a very big Katarina. He's going to not be frozen, but this Rogi here as well. Already going to look for more. That's going to be a very low J-Mars, not likely going to be into fight anymore, but this Pierogi here, can he land a QE combo? Doesn't look like it. MSOE going to walk out of that. And IIT ends up winning on top of that trade for sure, as they're able to shut down the Varus and Nami once again. And in that process, Nocturne taken very low, but we're going to want to make sure that we can see if he is going to be there. Do they have a solution to a big Katarina potentially, as all of that gold is there with her. Essence Reaver going to be picked up here by Xayah with her back. Turret plating going to be falling soon. IIT able to knock a couple here in the top, mid, and bot lane. So, not doing too bad. I think they stay relatively ahead. Top and mid mostly untouched, I would say. Excuse me. It is going to be an invade here from Cheese and Ace to grab that double buff. There will be a ward spotting out IIT's red buff, but will be expiring the next 10 seconds. And could another 4-man bot be potentially here? There's going to be no vision here. Cheese Snake's going to be around, but Wicked Scotty with a nice cage to keep him in. Are they going to go for it? He's going to have to force the flash out. Ult going to be there to root up the Nocturne as well. Spell Shield will be there for him to keep himself away from the CC chain potential. Pings here from Katarina as she is spotted by the controller, but that's going to be 3 members here from IIT in the bot. No first towers here taken in contention yet. Ryze looking like he used the TP earlier. Not going to be able to be there likely for a bot lane fight unless he uses his ult. Keep our eyes especially on this 1v1 mid. Hopefully the Ryze doesn't fall to a 1v1. Will be Nocturne coming around. They will spot him as he walks through the tri-bush. Will be lying in wait for the Katarina, but it's going to be a rooted cat. It's going to be a Nocturne with his ult available, but a dangerous dive with a Sejuani with her ult available could be trouble. Will be spotted by a ward placed here from MSOE's mid laner. And they're just going to go right back into the lane. Cheese Snakes there to pick up all of those camps, and Sejuani starved out as well. It's going to actually be her at a 2-level deficit from the Nocturne. Sejuani's still lying in wait. IIT, I believe, though, gonna make sure that they have the read on that. And it looks like first tower can be in contention here. Pirate Windows and Wicked Scotty going to finish it off, and that's going to be a good play here from the Hawks. TP available, though, for the Tahm Kench if the Sejuani commits herself for this. He is waiting all the way in the back. It is going to be him captured in the cage, and Chalice taking about half health. The ult going to be landing here on the Veigar. TP not going to be channeled. It's going to be Wicked Scotty being instantly deleted from the game. It's going to be Pirate Windows going to try to flash his way. It's going to be the ult being used here. And the flash and the heal from Xayah taken very low, but she will hold on. No shutdown gold, but another dragon in contention here, as MSOE has been making a pretty strong call on these objectives. But a couple low members here from MSOE. That's going to be a J-Mars unavailable as he's preoccupied with the spot of Sion. IIT wants to do something for it, but can they give it away? It's going to be Rise started with the CC. The dive here onto the Nami, but the damage from the Katarina is nutty. And that's going to be Varus picking up some kills for himself. And IIT once again unable to coordinate these dragon plays effectively. Instead just going for the pure fight capability. But too many dragons built up could lead to a dragon soul. And that can only help things out here for MSOE, as the Katarina is now going to have at least, I think, 5k above. No, excuse me, 500. It's going to be 1k gold, though, on that cat. Meanwhile, the Tahm Kench and Sion still going at it. Tahm Kench going for some of that MR, interestingly as enough. Likely to be able to have something to handle against that Sion's Veigar support and Rise mid, but gonna have to see what the plan is. First tower here taken. Does IIT want to commit themselves for a rotation of any sort? It looks like they are settling themselves here in the mid lane while they send that Rise there to the bot. Rift Herald, though, that objective has not been touched by either side yet as of late. Going to be 3 mid here showing themselves for MSOE, but no one here to address the Rise pushing his wave here. Look like they want to group together, just not have them be available to take this mid. Rise going to be coming up here to siege, potentially. Looks like Varus will be there to address that wave. Or not, as they look like they keep trying to drag him back and forth, but we're in that stage of NAA round, neither team wanting to commit. And no vision above this wall will be able to have them have IITC, who is above there. Will be Wicked Scotty placing one down there finally. And will be the Nocturne available to see that Sejuani. Well, that Sejuani actually not even finishing her jungler item yet. She has got a ways to go before that Cinder Hole is going to be done. Sion here looking like he could be going for a potential ult gank from the start. But Tahm Kench still splitting the lane here. He's going to be able to do that pretty effectively. It's going to be Lollapalooza having the blue buff taken by the Nocturne, and this is going to be a dangerous fight here for the Hawks. This rogue is going to be on the wrong side of the wall, but we'll have a blast plant to be here. Not looking like either side wants to commit. Goomba going to be stuck right here in the ward. It's going to be the Nocturne diving onto the Nami. It's going to be the Katarina using her stopwatch. Will she fall? She's going to have to ignite, barely taking her out, but will eventually fall to the Nocturne. She's in a still holding on. Going to be taken very low by the Sedge, but will be able to finish her off. The Sion going to be ulted. Tahm Kench is able to swallow up cheese and eggs, but he's going to have to run for his life to be able to get out of that situation. In fact, smiting the dead Sion just to be able to get out of that. IIT's though, bot lane will fall in the process. It's going to be Tempest going in for a dive against J-Mars. He will be able to hold on with the E passive. And well played there from the Hawks as they come out with the ace. 3 deaths, excuse me. coming out on ahead. Another turret here will fall on the mid lane, and all tier 1s now broken into. IIT now at 20 minutes, going to be leading by about 6k gold. And Katarina finally, I believe, getting some shutdown, if I'm not mistaken. No, it'll be no. That's looking like no shutdown gold, I think, because the Katarina had a death earlier, but she does get caught. Good vision placement here to start things off with the Veigar cage to basically just take her from 100 to 0. But will be an Ocean Dragon spawning, so we've got a lot of ocean diversity here today on the Rift. But IIT would definitely like to have one to their name. Will be Wicked Scotty being able to catch out this last ward, and will be Disparogi pushing out the bot once again. IIT looking like what they want to address to is going to be another engage here from the Katarina. It's going to be Nocturne taking him on a complete 1v1, and she is left helpless. And I thought that they had the hopes with that, but it will be that Chels coming around here. It's going to be stuck between a rock and a hard place. They're going to look like they want to commit themselves onto Tempest. But he's going to have to be actually planted out and will be rooted by the Veigar cage. The interaction not going to work, doing any favors there. And that's one of those facepalm moments that you never like to see. Disparogi in the whole time just pushing up the wave here. We'll have some assistance from members of IIT. Lollapalooza going to be left just watching from afar as IIT shreds their way through this tier 2 tower. And will be able to claim it for themselves. JMars9 coming all the way here from the top lane, tries to protect his tier 1 top, and it's going to be chasing the king all the way through the top lane jungle. Pings here as they want to get him, but he will have a blast plant likely to get himself through, and he should just be able to get out just fine. There he goes. Will be, though, the Ocean Drake now. Finally, IIT want to be able to claim one for themselves. And there we go. Baron will now be spawned, but Disparogi Troll King still walking around the jungle, not being able to take a safe back yet. We'll be placing a ward there. Will be Wicked Scotty being able to cash that out, though, I think. Oh, nope, will expire, actually. Just won't be able to get that ward seen. But it will be Cheese and Eggs in a pretty tough spot. It's going to be having him ult just straight up on the Katarina in 1v1, but with no help from his team, will not be able to get the kill. Will be Varus using his ult. Will be Katarina using hers. Xayah still relatively healthy, trying to land whatever autos that she can. It's going to be Sion being taken right under the Varus, and Varus trying to kite his way through this fight. Pyro-Window's going to have to flash his way right through it. And Sion will fall to the combined efforts of Disparogi and Pirate Windows, but the fight still keeping going. J-Mars on a 1v2 situation. The Q not going to land. The tongue lashing. Not able to hit. And they still want more. Hawks going here for an ult dive, but will not be able to concede anything else. But they will be able to take another tier 2 to their name. And IIT slowly chipping away. No more surprise plays from the Katarina, as she hasn't been able to get a kill since that earlier play in the bot lane, I believe. Will be the inhib turret taken nearly to under 1k health, but the Hawks are not going to go for it anymore. Looking likely to reset, perhaps look for a Baron play. Not before Disparogi makes a couple of effort on this jungle. We'll take Sejuani's Raptors away. And that's Sejuani going to be having a tough time, as she is going to be reaching right into Cheese and Eggs on a 3-level deficit. Spell Shield not going to be there, but 4 members of MSOE will. Cheese and Eggs going to have to blast plant his way out of the game, out of the scene. But IIT here, right back from those recalls, able to match MSOE, as MSOE likely looking at a potential Baron protection, but won't be able to do anything at this moment. Bit of an ARAM stage here. J-Mars spending a little bit of a taunt there, sending out the cage, won't connect. J-Mars with a nice little sidestep to get away from the Nami bubble, and that's going to be 5 members of MSOE looking for something, looking for a team play, but they've got no tier 1 turrets to their name as of yet. Looking like Troll King's going to be committing himself to the bot, while Nami's just going to be taking these for herself, and that's not the right play at all. It's got to be for your Varus. And she'll still grab it anyway. But are they going to make her pay for it? It's going to be a... What the heck? Was that a flash in place? I swear to God that looked like a flash in place. Will be Charles trying to ult himself away. Will be able to get away from that situation. But I swear to God that Rise flashed in place. Let's take a quick look with me, chat. Will be... I don't think he went for the full range of his flash. But I might be misspoken. Anyway. Nami barely able to get herself out of that situation, having to use her flash and her ult, but that's going to be a crucial amount of CC lost for any kind of big team plays. Nami Wave actually works especially well with the Katarina ult because you're not able to do anything while you're in that knockup. Veigar Cage being sent from afar, not going to be connecting, and it's going to be Cheese next going for the soul split push. But not looking like they're going to have J-Mars approach that on his own, as the Sion is preoccupied there in the bot. Will be MSOE's bot lane there to contest for it. But once again, IIT has pretty much complete control of this blue side river and will be able to see Lollapalooza stuck inside a cage. Will be taken to about half health. The redemption being used by Nami to try to see what she can do. The ult being used from both the Sejuani and Varus to root a couple members of IIT down, but no one will fall from IIT. Jungler with 30 seconds to go. Veigar Cage being landed again. Katarina being taken inside. It's going to be Pirate Windows taking a little bit of damage there, but once again, does IIT want to commit for the Baron? Doesn't look like it. Not sure about the call though. Riot's going to be taken under the bubble. That Nami wave is going to be reset again, and that's going to be a very low Katarina. Will be able to finish off. Nice Veigar Cage there. Nocturne wants to go for the dive. Cheese Snake's going to be taking a lot of turret shots. Will not be able to go for the 1v1 though. 1v3 potential. Will fall to Varus. Varus going to flash himself out. Will be the only member left alive as Sejuani has come back. Will not have an ult though. IIT going to be able to crack their way through to another tier 2 as well. 4 members of IIT going to be teleporting themselves, in fact, right into that Baron, and MSOE will not look like they are in a position to contest. Will, though, be an Ocean Drake spawning in 30 seconds. Do the Hawks have the health and willingness to contest for it, though? Will be the Baron secured there from IIT. Will not be able to have Cheese and Eggs be able to have that buff as he is still in death mode. But looking like MSOE going to be going for the trade here as the Ocean Drake has now spawned. But IIT dashing their way through it, and it doesn't look like MSOE is committing themselves for a fast Dragon steal, in fact. So we'll likely have them see the Dragon as it is being taken down, and could be actually really big trouble for them. It's going to be Chalice trying to place a ward over. It will be the lens, the sight ward being able to see a couple of them. And IIT looking like they're going to be able to commit this Dragon for themselves. MSOE not able to commit. Lollapalooza is going to have to try to go for the musical steal. It's not going to go through. Smite there to secure it by the Nocturne. MSOE not conversion correctly on it. Going to be Sion left to his lonesome to try to see what he can get. It's going to be a couple perfect KDAs though from that Tahm Kench. Can he hold on to it, as he's going to have the Warmogs, Thornmail, Sunfires, and Abyssal, and no one's going to be doing any damage to him for a while. Varus though at a healthy, he's got a couple items. He's got the essentials, the Ginsus and Bork there to help things out. Not doing too badly, actually, in terms of just 1k behind, but will be the power of the Baron minion to slice right through the Xayah. Will be Tempest trying to kite his way through it, but he is a tanky boy, and the ult going to be used here. This Broken going to be taken very close to death, but a nice Veigar Cage to finish off that Katarina. Sion going to try to do what he can, but he's going to be instantly sliced by IIT, and GG here to MSOE, as Hawks will come out on top. Tempest, though, able to hold on his own as a noble last stand with a double kill there, onto finally taking down J-Mars perfect KDA, unfortunately, with that one death. A couple inhibs here to fall, but a formality at this point. Both Pirate and Disparoki here to finish off this Nexus. Will be Chalice going for a straight 1v1. One more EQ will be there to finish it off. The next member going to be Sejuani, but at this point, it's going to be the GGs coming out, and the Hawks will be able to take us to a 2-0 win-loss record here for GGLeagues. 32-17, 57.2 to 42.3k gold. MVP has got to be that Nocturne and J-Mars. 5k advantage here. 4.5 here for the jungle. Alright, let's take it back. The Illinois Tech, I believe, once again, these are best of ones, right? And Yeah, Varus MV honorable mention for him. Definitely tried to do what he could, but with a Nami that's just not aggro at all at full health is going to not be able to do much besides just play from the backline and hit whoever's closest there. Couple of waves wasted as well from Nami not really being used alongside other chain CC opportunities. Jmar's coming out impressive with the damage. And well played from Scotty with a couple of crucial cages to be able to get Katarina from being able to turn on for sure. All right, score will be IIT 1-0 today on this fine Tuesday. Checking chat real quick. Mr. Plu with a couple Pog champs and LoLs and IIT fight song. And Cryptify, let's go Plu. Cryptify, not sure which stream you're watching, but Plu's definitely not in this one, and he will definitely not be able to get the MVP for that. MVP, I think, for this set will go to the Jmars on a nice level 1v1 to match against that Scion. Yep, and it will be a best of one, so that's confirmed. And yeah, just able to shut him down 3 times and no assistance either from that Sejuani. So Sejuani committing herself so hard in the bot lane, but I think that was likely fueled by the Varus, trying to say, these guys are abusing our lane, dude. Like, if you just come for a gank, we can get it. But IIT, if you're still able to go with even in trades like that, it actually doesn't end up benefiting anyone. And in all of that commitment, IIT able to make her pay by having that Nocturne at three levels ahead at one point. So GG's to Milwaukee School of Engineering dev team. Best of luck in your future series games, but IIT going to be coming away with the victory here. 1-0. Next couple of games that we'll have will be on next Saturday, I believe. There should be some pretty big ones. League of Legends Division A will need the 5th week as they take on Manitoba, and I believe playoffs will be starting pretty soon for Division C. I don't know if it's actually starting right on Saturday, but we'll take a look. Any members online for a quick interview? All right, actually, yeah, there is.
Pretty good matchup.
Hello, hello.
Yeah.
Hi, we're live right now. I'm doing an interview stage now for my post game. So first question, JMars9, how did? Oh wait, he's not actually in voice. Pirate, how did you feel about your opponents today?
I just let my support carry me.
Let the support carry on a Vagar glacial, no less.
That's how he always does it. And,
So was there some initial concern from that Katarina getting that 3 kill in the bot lane? Were we being like, guys, we got to watch out for her, or were we like, we can play against it?
Just had to give him a fighting chance. We OP'd out GG'd them 5 minutes before the match started.
All right.
I didn't think it was a problem.
Respectable. So we let the Katarina pick go through, and had a plan against it. All right, sounds good. And then Jmars, how did that 1v1 level 1 first blood feel? Being able to catch out a silent.
It satisfying. It was just disrespectful of him. I have no fucking idea what he was doing. Like, he must have never laned against a Tom Kent before.
All right.
Excuse me. Sorry. Excuse my
language. Still streaming?
This is live. So. All right. No. We'll keep it clean. I think we definitely.
Bleep it about. Don't worry.
We'll definitely try to keep this to child-friendly content. But okay, so San looking like he was unfamiliar in that matchup. I was also questioning the AP the MR build, like Spirit and Merc Treads against the Jmars. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who that benefits.
Tom does do mostly magic damage, but it's like, I'm building full tank anyway, right?
Right.
So he doesn't really, he wants to go tank, obviously, but I don't think he wants to exclusively itemize against me.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's also Leo. I mean, Leo does a fuck ton of damage too, so going on Mars9.
All right, sounds good. So best of luck. Now 2-0 in GGLeagues. How are you guys? Last question will be, how are you guys feeling between this GGLeagues competition versus CSL competition? Which one's better?
We were just discussing this previously. We feel like the teams here play a little bit more as a team. Definitely, they did have a game plan of just trying to spam gank bot, and it was working for them, and they got the early Drakes, but then, we kind of...
I mean, if they hadn't let me run over top so hard...
I mean, they just opened top after you kept inting. I don't know though, but even
Yeah.
when they got
Yeah.
ahead, the Katarina just literally walked into my every cage. Like every team fight, she was chunked out instantly.
Yeah, this did seem to be a bot-centric focus game. Like no Rift Heralds, you know. And I was, and I think actually I lied. I actually have one more question. Cheese and eggs. What led to the Nocturne pick instead of the signature Kane?
I'm trying to show off to my shoutcaster, you know.
That is the
How
right
we do this.
answer. I appreciate the champion diversity, so I don't have to keep talking about Kane every single time I cast you
Yes.
guys. So that's
Don't worry, I'll go
appreciated.
paint support.
Wait. We have a question for the interviewer.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
How do you feel about GGLeagues poaching your viewers?
Oh god.
You know, I think I respect GGLeagues for wanting to make sure that they're building their brand, but I think when it comes to who's the better production, it's the one man that you've got to respect. All right, you've got to respect the one man. You've got to link that stream through. So GGLeagues, if you're watching, help the man out. Help me at least reach 100 subscribers on YouTube. Twitch.tv/IIT Esports. You know where to go. Alrighty. Thanks for the shout out, friends.
Appreciate it.
GG's. Alright, that's going to do it for us today. I enjoy doing these little interviews now. It's much more fun to get some hype built between some rivalry scene and see how that player interaction is going. But that's going to do it for us today. Appreciate everyone stopping by. Elvin Moy, signing off.